welcome back to Food Travel Shopping Channel, and you're watching Restaurant Remake. Today I'm going to be doing another Cheesecake Factory recreation, and this is going to be the Cajun Chicken Little. I would like to hear from you, what is your favorite dish at the Cheesecake Factory? So please feel free to comment below. If this is your first time watching with us, please feel free to hit the subscribe button right now, and also hit the bell notification for the latest video and update. And be sure to check out our other video on the Cheesecake Factory recreation. So let me get started. Okay, these are the ingredients to make our Cheesecake Factory red potato skin mashed potatoes. All right, in a hot boiling water, we are now going to place our red potatoes in there. And we are going to boil them until the potato is soft. So we'll just let that sit and let the water just boil the red potato until it's soft, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we want to come back to our red potatoes here. At this time, I'm just checking to see if the potato is completely soft. Yes, you can just stick a fork in easily and it comes out, and that would be good. All right, so I'm gonna take the red potatoes out. All right, so I have set up my KitchenAid here. I am first going to start mashing these red potatoes first. All right, it's really hot right now, so that's good. As you can see, all the steam is coming out. All right, so now I'm gonna add in my butter, and we're gonna continue to give it a mix. All right, so right now I'm just in the stirring mode. All right, I'm gonna add my horseradish in. The horseradish is gonna give it a little kick here. It's gonna be really good. All right, so as you can see you can start seeing the texture here. It's starting to be all mashed together. I'm gonna add just half of the Gouda in first, the Gouda cheese. And let's mix this together. All right, I'm gonna put the remaining Gouda in. So the Gouda is gonna start thicken up my mashed potato a little bit more, and it's just gonna become a thicker consistency here. All right, so now I'm going to speed 3. And speed 4 here. All right, smells really good. All right, I'm just gonna scrape all the stuff from the side here, plus what I have here on the pedal. Okay, we can add a little bit of black pepper. We can go ahead and add some black pepper here. Okay, there we have it. There's our mashed potato. All right, so you can set this to the side before you serve it. Okay, so let's take a look at the ingredients for our corn succotash. All right, so first of all, I added some oil, and I'm also gonna melt some butter here as well. So I have about 1 tablespoon of olive oil here, and then we can add in our butter. And let's just melt down our butter first. All right, so the corn succotash is gonna be very quick here to cook. So first of all, we're gonna add in our red onions. Now the prepping time is gonna be longer than the cooking time because there's a lot of things for you to dice up here. So we're gonna add in our red onions. So I'm adding the red bell peppers, followed by the orange bell peppers. And finally, add in my yellow bell peppers. All right, we're gonna stir this and cook it for 5 minutes. Okay, occasionally give it a good stir. All right, so about 2 minutes later, I'm adding in my squash. Okay, look at the colors. It's so appetizing, very colorful. All right, so let's add our black pepper. We're gonna add our salt, cumin powder, and a little bit of our hot sauce. So just like a dash, right? It's not a lot, right? So I'm just gonna use some of my bell peppers and my vegetable here just to scoop it in. Let's mix it really good here. All right, finally, we're gonna add our corn in. All right, this is just a perfect size. Everything is just in here now. And I'm just gonna continue to mix this. All right, remember you can give this a taste and feel free to adjust your own pepper, your black pepper and your salt content. All right, I like a little bit more black pepper flavor, so just gonna add a little bit more black pepper. Like I said, in terms of the seasoning wise, salt and pepper, add it to your own desire. All right, let's remove from the heat. All right, so we can set this to the side. These are the dry ingredients to make our Cajun seasoning for our Cajun Chicken Little. So let's add in our garlic powder. So I have 1 cup of regular flour here. So 2 teaspoons of the white pepper powder. 2 teaspoons of regular ground pepper. Okay, 1 tablespoon of the onion powder. 1.5 teaspoons of the cayenne pepper. Okay, so we have 2 teaspoons of thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and finally 1 teaspoon of Himalayan salt. All right, so let's mix this together. All right, so once we finish mixing the dry ingredients together, I am going to set this to the side. But ultimately, I am going to put it in a Ziploc bag. So I'm just gonna finish mixing it. And if you didn't really mix it well together, that's okay, because when you transfer it to a Ziploc bag here, we can just give it a good shake. All right, so we're gonna zip this up so we can give it a good shake here, and eventually everything will be well combined. And this is the dry ingredients for our chicken. Okay, so I have 3 chicken breasts here, and for the Chicken Little, you don't want to cut it too thin. So I'm just gonna do right in half. So I'm just cut it right in half. So these would be a bigger size of the Chicken Little. All right, so if you want, you can cut it again. So I'm just gonna try this size here, because if it's too big, when you fry it, it's also gonna be a problematic here as well for us, so. All right, so while we are preheating our deep fryer here, I'm gonna crack an egg directly to the chicken breast. And you can just go ahead and break that egg. And we're just really going to mix the egg with the chicken breast. All right, so I do it directly because it's gonna be we're gonna bread the chicken. So particularly, we just want the egg to bind it with the chicken breast with our dry ingredients that we previously did. All right, so if you want your fried chicken to be a little bit more tastier, I would suggest you put some salt here as part of the seasoning process. So again, the salt you can always add and subtract. Now I find it sometimes when you fry chicken, you definitely want to season your chicken with salt. Sometimes it's hard to, when you have the batter, it's actually hard to taste the seasoning. So I like to season it with some salt here. All right, so now we're gonna take each chicken and we're gonna put it into the dry ingredients. Now the good thing about putting it into a Ziploc bag is that you can zip it and then you can shake it. So you can shake the chicken breast in a Ziploc bag so then it coated very evenly. And now we're gonna take it back out. Just wanna make sure you remove any extra, the flour. And we're just gonna set it to the side. And then you simply just repeat the process. Okay, so I have breaded all the chicken breasts. So now we are gonna put it into our deep fryer. So one at a time, I'm just gonna put it in my frying tray here. And I'm just gonna do 3 pieces at a time here. All right, so we're gonna lower it, close the lid, lower it, and we're gonna set the timer and we're gonna cook it for 8 minutes. Okay, so now it is the plating time for our recreation of the Cheesecake Factory Cajun Chicken Little. All right, so I got some of my mashed potato here, so I'm gonna plate the mashed potato first. All right, so I think they give like a good smack of mashed potato at the Cheesecake Factory. All right, so next I am gonna put my corn succotash. And that's gonna be right in front of the mashed potatoes. Okay, look how nice and colorful it is. Okay, now we're gonna finish off with some of our Chicken Little, freshly fried. At home, I am going to give here 5 pieces, and that will complete the plate. Look at that. Very nice. I can hear the crunch. Ooh, can't wait to try it out. All right, and there we have it. So let me give you the version here. And here's the recreation of the Cheesecake Factory Cajun Chicken Little. Okay, if this is your first time watching with us, this is where we're gonna do our taste test. So let's try this out. All right, so I'm gonna cut into my chicken first. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, so even though it's a chicken breast, so it's, you know, the best thing of cooking at home is that you can eat it right away. And that's where it really locks in the moisture of the chicken breast, and it's just not that dry, so it's perfect. So now let's try our corn succotash. Okay, you can definitely taste the hints of cumin, the cumin powder that I put in. But you can taste all the ingredients. It's very flavorful because all the bell pepper, the squash or the zucchini, and the corn. So it's really good. All right, finally we have our mashed potatoes. Let's try it out. So creamy, and definitely the Gouda, the flavor of the Gouda cheese, you can really taste it. And then that hint, I really like the hint of the horseradish. It gives it a little kick into it. So it's very, and also the texture of the mashed potato is like very creamy and like it's like gluey texture. Okay, so some people like it and some people don't. But it does remind me of the Cheesecake Factory because they are very on the gluey, creamy side, as I remember. Yeah. Well, I hope you like this episode on the Cheesecake Factory Cajun Chicken Little. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification for our latest video and update. Be sure to check out our other video in our channel. There is a variety of the restaurant remake on the Cheesecake Factory. Don't forget to comment as well and let me know what is your favorite dish at the Cheesecake Factory. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Restaurant Remake.